Love Serye TV.
Miserable proposal to my ex. Tunghayan na po natin ang ikasampung bahagi. Idinilat ko ang mata at agad na sumalubong sa akin ang amoy ng medisina at ang puting pader. Nasaan ako? Inikot ko ang paningin saka at huminto ito. Kila mama at dad na nakaupo sa sofa at mukhang malalim ang iniisip. Nasa gilid naman si Ken at may kausap sa phone. Mom? Tawag ko rito. Oh my God, Aya. How are you feeling? Are you okay now? Agad na tanong nito at lumapit sa akin. Why? Nasaan po ako? I asked. Agad na bumalik ang alaala ko kanina. I lost my consciousness earlier. Si Gio? Tanong ko. He's on his way to save Tyla. You know what, Aya? You need to rest. Kailangan niya ng bibi mo at ikaw. Sabi ni Mom. Baby? Tanong ko uli. Napatingin ako sa tiyan at hinawakan ito. You're 4 weeks pregnant, anak. And sabi ni Gio na hindi ka daw muna papalabasin sa ospital habang wala siya. Sabi ni Dad, he's out there saving our son while me. Anong gagawin ko dito? I need to do something. I need to go, Mom. Sabi ko at tinanggal ang pagkakatusok ng dextrose sa kamay at pilit na tumayo pero pinigilan nila ako. No, hindi ka pwedeng umalis. Makakasama sa bibi mo. Pigil ni Mom. Pero Mom, hindi ko sila pwedeng pabayaan. Please, ayokong. Humikbi ako habang dahan-dahang tumutulo ang luha sa mata ko. Ayokong mawala sila, Mom. Umiiyak na sabi ko. Tumingin sa gawi ko si Ken. Let her, tita. Makakasama rin naman sa kanya kung dito siya at iyak ng iyak, hindi ba? Pangungumbinsi ni Ken at kinindatan ako. No, she will stay and that's final. Maotoridad na wika ni Dad. Saka na tumalikod at bumalik sa sofa. Mommy, please. Pagmamakaawa ko. Ngumiti na lamang si Mama tumango. Naiintindihan kita, Aya. Pero mas importante rito ang kapakanan ng bata na nasa sinapupunan ko, anak. Makinig ka. Makinig ka na lang muna, okay? Magiging ligtas silang dalawa. Besides, tumulong din naman ang kaibigan mo si Nix at ang boyfriend niya. Pagpapagaan ni Mommy sa loob ko. No, kailangan may gawin ako. Hindi ko sila pwedeng pabayaan. Maya-maya umuwi saglit sila, Mom, para kumuha ng gamit nila at dito matutulog. Kaya ito ng oportunidad kung makaalis at puntahan sila. Si Ken lang ang kasama ko. Buti na lang at hinayaan niya ako makalabas at pinahiram ng damit na extra. Thank you for this, Ken. Pasasalamat ko. Quits na tayo. She winked. Nginitian ko na lamang siya saka na umalis. Una ako nagtungo sa kondo para kuhanin ang cellphone. Buti na lang at may mensahe si Nix about sa location nila, ilang oras na ang nakalilipas. Nagmadali akong umalis at kinuha ang susi ng kotse. Sa gilid ng kama, tagtungo na sa parking space. Nagdrive ako papunta sa location na binigay ni Nix. Nasa isang cargo ship sila, medyo malayo rito. Pinilisan ko ang pagdadrive. I'm sorry, baby. Kapit ka lang muna kay Mommy. We'll save your kuya and daddy, okay? Hold on tight. Sabi ko sa sarili habang iniisip ang kaligtasan ng anak. Ang kailangan ko lang ay iwasang masuntok ang tiyan para hindi ko mapabayaan yung anak ko at makunan. Na makapunta doon, puro putok ang baril ang narinig ko. Pinar ko sa malayo ang sasakyan na ginamit sa kadahan-dahang naglakad at agad na nagtago nang makitang may pupunta sa pwesto ko. Doon tayo sa yate. Papagalitan tayo ni boss at ni Ma'am Nix niyan. Narinig kong sabi ng isa. Agad akong lumabas at nagulat sila dahil sa pagsulpot ko. Tinutukan pa nila ako ng baril. I'm Nick's best friend, sabi ko agad. Paano namin masisigurong kaibigan ka nga ni Ma'am at hindi kalaban? He asked. I scanned for our photo in my phone at pinakita sa kanila iyon. Kaibigan nga, sabi nung isa. Sumunod ka na lang po sa amin. Sa likod ka lang para hindi ka mapahamak, sabi nung isa. Nakuha ba nilang anak ko? Tanong ko. Ligtas na po ang bata at nasa kamay na ni Ma'am Nix. Yung lalaki naman po ay nandoon pa rin sa yate at nakikipaglaban, sabi nung isa. Nakita ko ang mga patay na katawan sa gilid tuwing nadadaanan namin. Ma'am Nix, sigaw nung isa. Napatingin sa gawin namin si Nix at nanlaki ang matang tiningnan ako. What are you doing here? Sigaw nito sa akin. Mama, sabi ni Dayla at umiiyak na nagtungo sa akin. Oh my God, my son, are you okay? Sinaktan ka ba nila? Tell me where it hurts, okay? Umiiyak na sabi ko. Let's go home na po. Umiiyak na sabi niya. Uuwi tayo, okay? We'll make sure Papa's okay. Sabi ko. Si Gio? I ask. Why are you here? Hindi ba't buntis ka? Makakasama yun sa bata. Sigaw ni Nix. I know, pero hindi ko rin maaatim na maghintay na lamang habang siya naman ay inililigtas ang anak namin. Sabi ko rin, you're so stubborn, Aya. Sabi niya at hinila ako sa gilid. I need to see him. Dito lang kayo. Dadakpin lang namin ang tita mo. Sabi niya, tita ko? Tanong ko. Yes, she's the mastermind of this. She planned it and kasama na doon ang anak niya. She wants you to divorce your marriage to your husband so that maipakasal niya si Bria sa kanya. Kwento ni Nix. That bitch. Gagawin niya talaga ang lahat makuha lang ang gusto niya. Haharapin ko sila. Sabi ko. Binitawan ko ang kamay ni Dayla at agad na nagtungo sa nakadaong na speedboat. Nasa di kalayuan ng yate. Hinabol pa ako ni Nix pero agad kong pinaandar ang makina ng speedboat at minanoobra patungo sa yate. Tanging galit ang nararamdaman ko ngayon. Hindi pa ba sapat na pinahamak nila ang anak ko at sila ma'am, binalak pa nilang patayin? Malapit na ako sa yate. Nakita ko ring nakatayo sa gilid ng railing si Gio at ang pinsan kong si Bria na parang may pinag-aagawan. Tatawagin ko sana si Gio nang bigla iyong sumabog. No, sigaw ko. Napayuko ako dahil sa lakas ng pagsabog nito. No, hindi pwede. Hindi maaari. Gio, no, my husband, no, sigaw ko. Hindi ko inalintana ang nakasunod na speedboat na parang panay ang tawag sa akin. Ang asawa ko. Hindi, hindi. Napaluhod ako sa speedboat. Hindi maaari. Umiiyak na sigaw ko. Nasundan pa iyon ng ilang pagsabog bago tumigil. Naramdaman kong may tumalon sa speedboat at hinila ko papatayo. What the hell, Aya? Munti ka na yun. Sigaw ni Nix. Ang asawa ko, si Gio. Umiiyak na sabi ko. Niyakap na lamang ako ni Nix. No, ang asawa ko, Nix. Umiiyak pa rin na sabi ko. Ang asawa ko. Hindi ko na naituloy ang sasabihin ko nang nilamon ng dilim ang paningin ko. Nagising uli ako na nakahiga sa hospital bed. Agad na hinanap ng mata ko ang asawa pero wala ito. Mom, tawag ko kay mommy na nakaupo sa gilid ko at natutulog. Anak, how are you? She asked. I'm fine. Ang baby ko po, si Dayla po. How about Gio? How is he? He's okay, right? I said, hoping for an answer. Your baby is fine. Dayla is with Ken at the cafeteria. While Gio, the police investigator said walang katawang naiwan sa yate. But may damit roon na nasunog and it was confirmed na asawa mo yon. Malungkot na sabi ni Mom. You're joking, Mommy. Gio is fine. Pamimilit ko. Yumuko lamang ito sa harapan ko. Akma magtatanong uli ako nang may kumatok sa pinto. Sumilip sa gilid ang ulo ni Nix and she smiled sadly. Can I talk to her, tita? She asked Mom. Tumango lamang si Mom at iniwan kami. How are you? She asked. I'm fine. Thank you for helping me, by the way. I sincerely said. You're welcome. What are friends for? Nakangiting sabi nito. May inilapag siyang maliit na paper bag sa kama ko. What's this? I asked. It's from your husband, she said. Gio, how is he? He's okay, right? Tanong ko ulit. Kaya din ni Mom ay yumuko at hindi na mapigilang umiyak. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have told him that. Umiiyak na sabi niya. Hindi sana siya susunod sa yate kung hindi ko yun sinabi. I'm so sorry, Aya. It's my fault. Sisi niya sa sarili. Ano bang pinagsasasabi mo? I asked. He's gone, Aya. Wala nang asawa mo. We didn't find his body dahil siguro na sa kalaliman na iyon ng dagat, ang katawan niya. Sabi niya. Gone? Sinong namatay? Walang namatay, Nix. Buhay ang asawa ko at kasama ko pa siya noong isang araw. Nag-aaway pa nga kami. My tears started to roll down my cheeks, and the memories of him in that yacht, how the yacht exploded in front of me where he was, all of it is still fresh in my mind. What did you say to him? I asked. I told him that it was your aunt's fault why there was an accident in your parents' flight, and she causes the death of his father too. Kwento niya. Death of his father? When did his father died? Death of his father? Kailan? I asked. It's the same day when your son got kidnapped. She said. Those bitches. Wala silang pinalampas. Mga hayop. How about my husband's body? Did they recover it? Tanong ko kahit na sinabi niya na kanina, and I need to prove my theory kung walang katawan, may pag-asa pang buhay ang asawa ko. They didn't, as what I have told by the police officer na naatasan sa investigation. Sabi niya, days, weeks, months and years have passed, but the memory is still fresh. Those dark days have been when he left me. He's gone without even putting up with me. I don't know, nawalan ako ng pag-asa. Nahanapin siya. Maybe this is my karma for the bad things I did, for letting him to go without even telling him how much I love him. It's been 5 years and I'm still searching for him. I'm still sailing with my very own yacht that I bought way back a year ago just to find him. He left me our wedding ring, a letter in a velvet box. He said in the letter that he is going to marry me again. He'll propose in front of me and kneel in front of me, telling how much he loves me. That was all his plans for us in the future. In that very day, I realized I made a mistake for not giving him another chance to prove himself in front of me. I always pushed him. I was at fault why he became heartless. When I left him 9 years ago, he searched for me the fucking 4 years, and all I did was to hide my job from him. He was devastated at the time that he thought he lost himself. He lost his mind, but when he brought me in that institute, he said to himself he can still change something. He wants to rebuild our relationship again. He wants to be with me, but it was me who's pushing him away. I really made the worst mistake in my entire life. I was careless that I didn't think about how he feels. I was only thinking about myself and our child, and leaving him behind. How are you, my love? It's been 5 years, but my heart's still aching. I said, my tears started to roll down my cheeks. I smiled bitterly. The soft breeze and fresh air that was brushing against my face and my skin. You know, Shai wants to see you, but I couldn't tell her about you. Please, hurry and come back to me. I'll wait even if it took many years. I miss you so much and I wanted to tell you I love you from the very beginning. I stared at the sky. Nag-aagawan na sa langit ang araw at buwan. I always watch the sunset from here. It became my pill every time I feel sad or lonely. I am at the ocean where the yacht exploded 5 years ago. Marami nang nagbago. I am now the president of both of our companies. Tinutulungan din naman ako nila mom and dad. Gio's mother is under chemotherapy. She has stage 2 leukemia. Nag-hire na rin ako na magbabantay sa anak ko kapag nagtatrabaho. Pero bago ako umuwi, dumadaan ako dito para tingnan ang papalubog na araw. I remember the quote he wrote in his letter. You are my sun and I am your moon. If we collide, we create eclipse and that's our children's. I smiled. He's right. He can shine without me because I am his and he is mine. And when there is light, there must be darkness. Nang lumubog na ang araw at pumalit na ang kadiliman, naisipan ko nang idaong ang yate sa dock. Na makadaong ay nagdadrive na ako pauwi sa bahay namin. The house that he decided to renovate ay okay na. Doon na rin kami nakatira. When I got home, Shai, my daughter, approached me. Mommy, saan ka po galing? She asked. I kissed her forehead and tapped her chubby cheeks. I visited someone, sweetie. Did you already eat your dinner? Where's your kuya? Tanong ko sa kanya. I'm here, Mama, he said. Daila is a bit tall in his age. Napaghahalataan nga siya minsang teenager dahil sa mature nitong kumilos. And he really looks like his father. I kissed his cheeks too. How are you two? How's school? I asked, saka inilagay ang gamit sa coffee table na makarating sa salas. I'm doing my homework po. And look, Mommy, I got stars from my teacher. She said, I am good in drawing po. How? Wow, that's wow. How about you, Kuya? Tanong ko. I got into fight, he honestly said. That's what I like from Daila. He's honest when he's talking to me. Whose child did you fought? I asked. Brian. He's sitting next on Tina kaya sinunto ko siya. Kwento nito at umupo sa couch. Could you finish your homework upstairs, sweetie? Mommy's going to talk to Kuya. I said. Yes po, Mommy, sabi niya. Tinawag ko ang isang kasambahay para samahan ito sa taas. Don't get me wrong. The Tina you were saying is? Tita Ken's daughter. Sabi niya. You like her? I asked. I don't. I'm just worried, he said. So you like her? Diretsahang sabi ko. Hindi naman sa against ako sa kanya, pero masyado pa siyang bata. He's only 9. Okay, Mom. I admit I like her. Are you happy now? Nakasimangot na sabi nito. You know, she's your Tita Ken's daughter, which is my stepsister. Sabi ko. Yet you two aren't blood related. You didn't come from the same mother nor father. Sabi niya. He's growing. Look how fast. Noon kinakarga ko pa lamang siya. Ngayon he can talk like he is a grown-up man. I know, but still no girlfriend until college, okay? I said. Crush lang naman, Mama. Hindi ko naman sinasabing liligawan ko. Sabi niya. Where did you get those words? Gulat na sabi ko. From Tito Chad, he said. About lokong yun. Makakatikim yun ng suntok sa akin mamaya. Let's stop this conversation, son. Come on and let's eat. You two haven't eat your dinner yet. Sabi ko. Pinababa ko ulit si Shai at kumain na kami. After our dinner, I took my half bath para ma-relax ako sa pagtulog. While I was putting my nightgown, I saw a letter na nakapatong sa gilid ng lampshade. Until we meet again. Basa ko. Agad na pumasok ang malamig na simoy ng hangin na nagmula sa bintana, kahit nang sinara ko yun kanina. Nagmamadali ako nagtungo sa bintana at nakita kong isang naka-jacket na itim. Hindi ko tansya kung lalaki ba or babae. Basta ang alam ko ay nanggagaling ito sa bakuran namin. My eyes widen when a realization hits me. It couldn't be.